Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and nice to clear your throat. And you probably didn't know it's Negroni Month.
Yes, today is our first show of the month of June.
That's right, and June has many things going on, like Father's Day, usually graduation of people back east.
Yeah, because we've already finished ours. We're way ahead of
Yeah, we're done in May. Negroni Week we've been pushing for the last 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
It's usually the first full week in June. This year, it's June 24th.
How do they move it around?
Probably because somebody's having a bar mitzvah or something.
Oh, it's just like with Christmas. It's whenever.
It's with Christmas, yeah. You never know. It's like they look at when Hanukkah is and they try to make it intersect so you can't go to the same party with the same people.
Easter's always a different weekend. Just, it's the same weekend but a different date. Easter.
Right.
It's always
on
a Sunday.
I haven't looked. It's always on a Sunday.
But it's a different time.
Why do they do that with Christian holidays? Put them on a Sunday.
I don't know.
Jewish holidays occur based on the moon, and
as
nobody knows
possible.
where it is. Yes, and so we could always take off whenever we want to and say it's because there's some sort of holiday.
Well, June is the month of that summer begins on the 21st.
According to you, and your pagan rituals,
astronomers.
Your pagan ritualism. Yes. But back to Negroni Month.
Yes.
Last year, the one restaurant in Las Cruces went on with Negroni Week, and that was Si Senor, because the bartender there liked Negronis, and he was a fan of it. He's the only one who paid for getting it done. We were trying to get other people, and they said, oh yeah, we'll do something like that. But if there's no advertising going into it, nobody knows about it. So this is the entire advertising budget of Negroni Week.
Okay, well, it all falls on our shoulders, Michael.
Yes.
As it always does.
We take a lot of responsibility, especially when it comes to your drink life. And the Negroni, and this is how we're going to do it this month, we're going to start with how the Negroni started.
The roots.
It started with a drink called the Torino-Milano.
Wasn't even called Negroni, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Had not become that yet.
No. And listen closely, because I'm only going to tell you this story every time I meet you. That's the people out there, because I always tell this story.
Okay.
Anyway, the Negroni started with their Torino-Milano, which was Campari, which is made in Milan, and a sweet vermouth. I'm guessing it was Martini and Rossi that came from Torino. But today I have Cocchi vermouth of Toronto. And Cocchi also does Cocchi Americano, which has replaced, of course, everybody knows this, Lillet.
Lillet?
Yes.
I like Lillet.
Me too.
Why should it be replaced?
It was replaced because they took a lot of the quinine out of it. So, but this is Cocchi vermouth, and that makes it Cocchi, well, it makes it Torino-Milano.
I see.
So people in Italy, it would be natural for them to drink a bitter thing like Campari with a sweet thing like sweet vermouth. They were drinking it for a while. Then those Americans came, remember World War I? You remember that.
That was in all the papers.
Yeah, it was. When we had papers. It was on, Twitter also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a war. So when World War I came, Americans went to Europe, and they didn't like the straight liqueurs. So they said, let's have some soda water with it. Ooh. So you add soda water to the Torino-Milano, and you get the Americano.
You get diluted but fizzy.
Yeah, but it's lighter. It's very refreshing.
Yes.
When you don't want to get too drunk, the Americano is great. When this is straight, we're going to start with this week. Next week we'll do an Americano. The Negroni this year is the 100th anniversary of the Negroni. So one day, guess what year? 1919.
Just after the war.
Count Negroni walks into his local bar and he goes, oh, I've had a very bad day. I need something stronger than an Americano.
I am the Count.
I am the Count Negroni. And his bartender replaced the soda water with gin. And now you have Negroni.
So that's how the Negroni evolved.
It evolved from a natural way.
Unless you don't believe in evolution, then it's just a miracle.
It is a miracle, isn't it? That they say soda water. They didn't say celery or Coca-Cola. They said soda water. And so what we're doing is, I'll start out with the Torino one. It's more in the namesake. And you're getting a full 2 ounces of booze here, by the way.
Well, okay.
Can you
What's
handle
the alcoholic content of that stuff there, Mike?
This stuff is in the 20s.
Oh, 20s. That's a little bit more than your average wine.
Yes, it's fortified.
Yeah, fortified wine, basically.
This one has no alcohol whatsoever.
You just can't find
No,
the
it's
content.
16%.
16%? Well, that's like a good wine.
Yeah. Or Zinfandel, which could be either good or bad.
Like any wine.
And this is usually 26, I think. 24%.
24.
So together they make
20
40%. Yes. Okay, you're usually, with the old days of the with the Torino-Milano,
Yeah.
you'd stick it in a large old-fashioned glass.
I see.
With ice cubes. And you'd sit on the piazza.
Yes.
And
Rush.
the ice would melt, your drink would get cold. We don't have time for that. So we're mixing it up the good old mixer way.
Time is
You
money
love
on
this stuff.
television. Keep going.
How much money? Well, how much money are we talking?
Well, I don't know how much money you're talking about. A lot of money, Michael. You know,
A lot.
This is a high-end show.
I know, only the best ingredients.
I think we have it.
That's it. Yeah,
There's only 2 ingredients.
That's right. It's really easy. Oh, look how fluffy it is. Except, and you could put your own lemon peel in,
Orange peel, you mean?
orange peel,
Just drop it in.
or you could twist it a little.
I want a larger one. Okay.
All right.
Like do this around the rim.
You could.
Now I throw it in. I swirl around.
So a little bit of orange gives it a little kick. But happy Negroni month.
Refreshing.
It's excellent.
It's a bit sweet for my palate, but you know how I am.
It's not sweet.
It is too.
It's not sweet like Manischewitz. You were just brought up in the wrong household. Next to Manischewitz, everything's dry.
Well, this is as sweet as Mad Dog 40.
Oh, that's Morgan David.
That's true.
This is good. I can sit around relaxing. Can we relax? Do we have to do a show?
We
Do you have any topics?
Were
Were there any topics
We do
this
a
week?
relaxed show, Michael. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go.
And hey, you know, Young Park is open for the summer. They drained the pond. They cleaned the pond out. They got rid of those nasty ducks and turtles. So don't go there.
Turtles?
And they filled the pond back up. And then
It
over the
looks
weekend,
beautiful.
some vandals
Looks so
went in
beautiful.
there and vandalized the intake or outtake pipe. So now they have to lower the level of the pond again to fix that unit. Now, I hope they don't just drain the water down the drain. I hope they go in there with a truck, pump the water out, and use that
And save
water
it.
to water the park.
You hope a lot.
That's how the real world does it, folks.
They do?
Sure.
First of all, why would somebody go underwater, a vandal? It could have been some other religion.
No,
right?
they didn't go into water.
It could have been a Hun, too, right?
It could be a Pict.
A Pict. Oh, those people are dangerous.
No, I think they were able to access it while standing above it. But to fix it, they have to drain it down a little bit.
You know, you get a good scuba outfit and you got it made. That'll work.
And, right. So,
You just weld it underwater.
and here we are in a drought. Now they have to waste all the water that they filled it up with so they can fix the thing.
Who are we blaming this
Those-
one? Who are we
darn
blaming this
vandals.
on? The vandals.
Yes.
So once they drain it, they'll be able to get fingerprints.
You know, who knows?
I don't think so.
And
What if they're web prints? Maybe the ducks did it. They wanted to be private.
they're mad that they had to leave.
The mad ducks.
Well, you know, when they flush a fire hydrant, around here they just flush the water down the street.
That's true.
It goes into the sewer. Why don't they stick a pipe to it, flush it into a water truck, and take that water and use it someplace? They just waste all that water. And here we are in the middle of a drought in the desert. You flush a fire hydrant, as we've seen.
I'm just looking at your sparkling idealism just glowing from your head.
See, look at that
How
water
idealistic.
going down the drain.
That's what right.
See?
I know. If it was a city, kids would be dancing in it.
Yeah.
Kids don't care because they have pools.
You know, they tell us now, the city, if you have to drain your swimming pool, you have to tell them ahead of time.
Yes, that
They need
was
to be
in the
alerted
paper.
because too much water going down the drain at once into the sewer could back up into everybody else's.
And also ruin your house too. You know, your toilets would flush in reverse. You flush it down, and then it shoots up like a geyser.
Right. So say you take a big swimming pool, it's got thousands of gallons of water in it, and you don't put up the picture of it.
I rarely flush all the water out.
You never flush it. Try
I
flushing
never
your
flush
toilet
it.
for once.
That's wasteful.
Imagine all that
That's
water.
wasteful.
See that pool? Imagine all that water just going down the
That's
drain.
my pool.
Yeah.
I have a kidney-shaped pool. I have a pool-shaped kidney, though.
Oh.
Yeah. So hopefully somebody could find a replacement after all this drinking.
Well, remember when we used to do our show in front of the swimming pool?
Yes,
Palm
we
Trees
did. We had a
swimming
picture,
pool?
yeah.
Yeah, it was right behind.
That was
We had a
Yeah,
great...
yeah, put that behind us. Put it where Double Talk is, okay? It'll look cooler. Then we could wear Hawaiian shirts without feeling, guilty.
Right. Now, hey, over the weekend, which was the Memorial Day weekend, we had a lot of winds around town, right? The wine festival was going on. The winds were so bad, they had to close the wine festival because all the tents,
It wasn't even.
chairs were
Oh my
flying all
God!
over
It
the
wasn't
place.
even on Sunday.
They had to
was
cancel
closed.
Sunday. They had to
And
close it
Saturday
early.
was early. Everybody who lives here knew it, but you forget about things like that. Because why would they? That's a geodesic dome tent.
It looks like one.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's a big tent going up. Well, they lost 2 big tents out there.
Wow.
And, remember the Mayor's Jazz Festival Saturday night.
Well,
it was windy.
it was
I
rainy.
wasn't
It was
going to
rainy. It was
go.
rainy.
Oh, it rained earlier, but it was really windy. And remember, I told you, I said, if it's like this at 6 o'clock, I'm not going. Well, it was like that at 6.
But you showed up at
I
6:30.
waited until about 7. And
7.
The wind had died down by then,
Yes.
luckily.
So
It turned out to be a very pleasant evening.
it was.
Yeah.
The weather was great. Starting at 6.
The music was fine. And
Who is it? Roman Chip was the first guy.
yeah, they had
he
I
was
think we
there.
sat through 3 bands, didn't we?
2 bands.
2 bands.
We walked down. We went to check to see if 575 was open. None of the Amador restaurants were open.
Closed on a Saturday night.
Sunday night.
Saturday,
I think it was
wasn't it?
Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Sunday.
Nevertheless, people
Sunday.
go to restaurants on Sundays. So we're really anxious. We haven't tried this, amazingly enough.
Well, who knows when they're open now.
575.
We can't trust them if they're ever going to be open.
They'll be.
It's like El
They'll
Patio.
be.
You go to El Patio, they may not be open. They might be open. You never know.
This is the city running it. Oh yeah, that's right. So, vandals closed it. That's what happened. The city can't deal with their vandals because they're always vandaling things. Anyway, what else is here for you? President, Chancellor, Provost.
When I went to New Mexico State University, they had a president of the university.
They also had a state horse.
One guy ran the whole university. Gary Carruthers, who became a governor, became the president.
He was
of the
governor
university.
way after you went.
Roger Corbett was one of the earlier presidents.
So what do? Go around and look what the streets are named and then hire people with those names?
Yeah.
It makes it cheaper.
So back then, all they had was a president. Now they have a president, they have a chancellor, and I don't know what he does, and now they have a provost. What does a provost
There's
do?
a lot of things to take. They have to fight the anti-prost.
Oh.
A provost is for the prost.
Convost.
Yes, yeah.
I see.
Anti-prost.
But what's the difference between a chancellor and a president? Some colleges have one or the other. We have to have both.
There's all sorts of things to deal with, and I'll have to ask. You'll have to ask somebody. I'm not going to ask because
Yeah,
it's
but
embarrassing.
You used to work out at that university. Well, I did too, a little bit.
I was adjunct. I don't even know what
Medical.
adjunct means.
That means extremely part-time, no tenure.
It's adjunct, yes. But between the president and the chancellor, somebody's supposed to be working on getting donors. Somebody's supposed to work
raising
on
money.
making it good with the state organizations.
Well, somebody has to administrate
That's
all the colleges.
Right. And under them, they have deans of colleges.
Who handle
and
what
the
college?
deans have associate deans
Associate
or
deans.
assistant deans.
Yes.
And
So stop
there's
heavy
no adjunct
with
deans.
administration, isn't it? No.
Well, it's bottom heavy too because they have a lot of teachers. Actually, it's
You have to have
top.
teachers.
It's top heavy with athletics. That's the
moneymaker
That's where all the
of any
money.
university.
All the money goes there. Why can't we just have people cheering while people take tests?
Well-
like you're taking your stat test, and you bring people and you go, "I'm voting for this guy to get the best marks."
I see.
That's what you do with sports, right? I'm voting for this guy to win. Get people
you're not
into
voting,
the
you're cheering.
accounting department, into the
I see.
ag department. Grow a good cabbage. Yay. It may be a very long show,
And boring,
Yes.
the way you put it.
unless you like cabbage. And we both like cabbage.
Well, yes. So,
Because we make a lot
are there
of
any cabbage-based drinks? Cabbage juice?
I have had fig.
Fig. That ain't the
drinks.
same thing. Let's take a
It's
break.
not the same thing. I take a break and have a fig drink.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and do more of the evolution of the Negroni right here on Double Talk.
Let's drove ya.
Oh. Is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel? Is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel? Tell me, is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel? Is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel?
Call Mark Goldstein, the Safe Money Guy, at 575-556-2472 to learn about innovative strategies now available to help you grow, protect, and preserve your money and financial future, regardless of market conditions.
Hi, welcome to Okazuri.
It's our happy hour sushi fest. We placed our top sushi rolls on special from $4 to $6. And our ice cold draft beer is only $2.50. Have a California roll, Banderito roll. Sit at the floating sushi bar and the kids eat for only $2. From 2 to 5, Monday through Thursday, located on University in the Pan Am Plaza. It's our happy hour sushi fest.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here! Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here!
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Come to Tacos El Borrego de Oro in Las Cruces. We are celebrating $1 Taco Tuesdays. Come enjoy authentic Mexican food for the whole family. Bring the family to Tacos El Borrego for $1 Taco Tuesday and Flauta Thursdays.
There you go.
So great. You do all these different gears in the clan.
Okay.
Nice.
Guys, not all of them.
Welcome back to Double Talk, right here on the Las Cruces channel.
We're the same guys unless we change names. Do we change names? No. We're working on, we talked about the Torino-Milano, which is what we're drinking, which is a precursor to the Negroni. Two iterations
To what
before
will
the
become
Negroni. And so that is Campari and some sort of red vermouth. We did Koki, which is a good old classic, which hasn't been seen here and just came to America a couple of years ago. Now we'll do Noilly Prat.
Yes.
Which is
Sweet vermouth.
Which still is sweet vermouth.
Would you say it's one of the better sweet vermouths?
Yes, I would say it's one of the better of both vermouths. It's a great white vermouth and a great red vermouth. In fact, when Barb and I tried our Negronis with Noilly Prat, which is only slightly against the rules.
Why?
It's not Italian.
Mamma mia.
Hey, che baccia. What else? Do you remember the other ingredients? Do you remember the ingredients? What's the other ingredient?
Campari.
Really?
Oh, like that.
Is that it?
Sweet vermouth, Campari, and ultimately gin.
You know, Mark, as he usually does, was complaining about how the drink was too sweet. But it's not really sweet. Campari has a bitter sweetness, and
then he adds
it
something
should
sweet
balance
to
it. Yes.
You know,
So that's why
I'm sweet enough. I don't need more.
Let's take a vote.
No voting.
About sweetness.
I'd win.
I'm putting. Oh, if it's only you.
It's two against. It's one against.
One against one.
That means I win.
No, it doesn't. Okay, so this is with actually a more delicate sweet vermouth.
Prove it.
Did you hear how delicate the sound is?
I can
It's
tell
such
already.
a delicate sound.
Don't bruise it.
You want to put another twist in your glass? It's always good to put a little orange in, an orange peel of some sort, because there's a few notes of orange
Here's how you're
in
supposed to do it.
Campari.
You're supposed to call it twisting and twisting. There you go.
Ooh.
Activates the oils in the rind when you do that.
That's right.
Pleasant color.
You mean pink?
Pinkish.
You know, you're supposed to dress
Fuchsia?
for whatever drink we have.
Oh.
Yours is getting a little brown. I don't know why. Must use more herbs.
So it's a lovely color. Mm-hmm. Rich bouquet. The orange really helps with the bouquet.
Oh, it is lighter. It's not as sweet, is it?
Not
It's
quite.
not as sweet.
Not quite.
Those French, they have quite a sense of flavor there. I mean, because really, it's French that really started martinis.
You know, but what I think would help this would be
Gin.
a shot of soda water.
What nation do you come
It
from?
would make it refreshing.
What nation are you from?
What nation?
Yes, America? What would we name that drink?
What do you think?
The Stefano.
That's not American. That's Italian again.
No, it's like the Americano. Italians add a no to
Stefanini.
everything, like SpaghettiOs. So you're thinking a spritz of soda water.
Spritz of soda water might help.
Maybe next week we'll do that.
It would cut the sweetness a little bit.
And we'll also call it the Americano.
Whatever you want to call it.
What do you think?
Oh, okay.
So, it's the Americano.
The
For
Americano.
God's sakes, it's
Okay.
part of the evolution of the drink.
Well, why didn't you say so before you spoke?
I should have said something before I spoke.
I wish you hadn't. Hey, now this weekend, there's a big event going on downtown.
So you say.
Yep.
Oh. A car event.
Yeah.
Is that a car event?
Oh,
No, what are you going to talk about first?
Well, one more thing before we talk about that.
Because you made the list up
Out
again.
at the wine festival,
Yes.
the guy who is the executive director of New Mexico Wines, his name, coincidentally, is Chris Goblet. I just had to mention it. You can't make this stuff up.
No, it's like Mark Steffen. Like you do.
What are you gonna do?
All kinds of stuff.
And so anyway, downtown, CARE. You know what CARE is? It's for cancer survivors.
Is this a festival?
Yes.
How does that turn into a festival? People are you going to try to prove it by the cover of the Pulse?
Well, here's what
and we both noticed, if anybody else reads the newspaper, I think 20,000 people are supposed to be reading it, is what they say. So you will have noticed that this, the coffee shop, the little Divino del whatever, has been reviewed at least 4 times in different parts of the paper, and it's the same review.
Cafecito Divino.
We haven't
They
tried
keep running
it,
the
but we
same
shall.
story over
Same
and over
story. Good for Algernon de Massa.
Yeah, he only has to write one story, and they run it 3 times.
Right.
Now they're calling it a celebration of life tribute to cancer survivors and their families. And that's going on.
How do you celebrate life?
They're honoring National Cancer Survivors Day.
I guess just being there is a celebration, isn't
It's
it?
an annual treasured celebration day of life that is held in hundreds of communities nationwide and worldwide.
And that's today.
Today's Saturday.
Oh.
And so...
What are they going to have there? Did you cross things out?
CARE does an outreach to people who have cancer and their families.
How are they going to
financially
celebrate
and
this?
otherwise? Well, what they're going to do, he said the gates open at 5 p.m. The event begins at 6. Tickets are $15. And the event online can be purchased or at Pickwick locations.
What is the event?
It says come dressed for a disco fashion contest, which
man.
included $300 in prizes.
You need that to pay for your glitter.
Now, looking here at the Pulse section, they don't say where it takes place or when it takes place. But I'm guessing it takes place at the plaza downtown.
Yes, because that's where everything takes place these
Where
days.
should-
We
besides-
made a plaza so that nobody else could have a
Yeah.
venue to do anything, but the city does that all.
Right, well, Yoli Diaz, who runs the thing, her office for CARE is downtown. So why not have it there? But come on, Pulse.
So is it going to be a disco night? What is it going to be? Does it say? It says a fashion disco show, fashion show.
Doesn't say, it doesn't say. Sorry. That's the Pulse for you.
Totally comprehensive. Although, I will note that Rennie Henderson, who was the former publisher, is taking a new job in Florida. Hopefully everybody knows that and it's not a secret. And we'll miss her because she was a fun person. She still is a fun person, and so is her husband. Okay, what's next?
Well, down at the Las Cruces Museum of Nature and History, Nature and Science, today they're doing an ice cream hootenanny.
Does that fit in with the CARE thing?
Not at
First
all.
you have ice cream and then you go disco?
You can do that.
Disco your weight away?
You could, they're going to show you how to make ice cream. They're going to allow you to make milkshakes while you're there. They even have non-dairy milk substitutes for those who might want that.
Oh, great.
That's a fun thing for kids and adults alike, and it's free downtown at the Museum of Nature and Science, and that begins at 11:30. So as soon as the show's over, if you're
Go
watching
there.
on Comcast, rush on down.
It won't be melted by then. You'll have time.
That's right.
Aren't most people milk intolerant at this point, either because of one reason or another? They're doing soy, they're doing other things.
I still sell a lot of milk, and dairies are still flourishing.
They do.
Now, are you familiar with a series called Immortal Wars?
No.
I'm not either. But today, down at the Rio Grande Theater, they're showing 2 episodes
Of Immortal Wars.
of Immortal Wars.
That movie has to last forever.
At 1 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. They're
Oh.
showing one at 1 and one at 7. Now, it's free to get in to see this. I'm not familiar with this series,
So
strangely
you're going to
enough.
go? You should. You'd
I
be
can't commit to both of those.
You're a culture hog. You need to see everything.
Well, you know what? There's also, tonight, we have movies in the park.
That's true.
That's free also. And that's when the sun goes down, about
7:30?
7:30-ish.
Yeah.
That's this week. They're showing Black Panther.
Which did I see that with you?
No.
I saw that maybe by myself.
I have it on disc. I haven't even seen it yet.
It's pretty good.
It won several Oscars, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Incredible costumes, really
Yes.
great stuff. But then again, doesn't everybody have great costumes?
Also, Music in the Park begins this weekend at Young Park.
How's the
Music in the park.
How's the pond there? Is that filled up?
No.
What do you know?
No,
Is it going to be filled up by Sunday?
No, it won't be.
Come on, they can't weld a pipe by Sunday?
No, not this is Las Cruces.
You see people carrying out little bus boxes full of water and putting it in the back of a truck, and then it falls out.
Neil McCowan and his band will be playing. They'll be the second band on tonight. They're really good, country music. And hey, also, Raft the Rio, if you're considering rafting the Rio, you got to start making your raft, right? And
you're going to do that, aren't you?
I'm going to go down and observe,
Watch them.
as I always do. So raft, if you've got to take time to make your raft, design it, build it. There's awards for the craziest rafts and
Here's an idea for people who
using recycled products
who don't want to go to the dump. They take old couches, put balloons under them, put them in the river. You got it.
Okay, there you go.
That would work.
You get a paddle. Now this year, for the first time, they're going to have kayak racing as well. They're going to start the race with the kayak race, the event, and then after the kayaks go by, then all the crazy rafts will go in.
They're all hoping that the rafts are slower than the kayaks.
Oh, yes.
Because if you have a slow kayak, you lose the race.
Well, with the rafts, they just drift at the speed of the river.
Yeah.
And with that, we're out of town. Time.
And you're out of town? They're going to be out of town, too.
So
are we out of
that's
time?
it. So next week, we'll go on with the continuation
We didn't
of
get
the
started.
Negroni evolution.
Next week,
So-
the Americano.
So you'll want to tune in for that.
Hopefully, Chris knows how to spell the word Americano. Good.
Down the hatch.
Ciao.